hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Rime of the Frostmaiden, Part 31, Grimskull, Part 2. That's right, we're doing some, Final Fantasy 13-2 bullshit level naming conventions, but hey, guess what? Today is August 29th, 2021, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, including full playthroughs of a plethora of content. Go and check it out. And we are also available wherever audiocasts are made available for free. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to, again, go to patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on Twitch and YouTube and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, well, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Guess what, buddy? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, clocks, aprons, and as has been important since the day they were conceived, we got face masks. That's right, we have Tia masks. That is a face mask with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all of the proceeds of those masks end up going to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you'd like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, Satan, who are you playing today?
Hi everyone, my name is Satan, and today I'll be playing Kuori, my Goliath fighter, and we both go by she, they.
Oh, hi, it's me, LizMac, and I found the unmute button, but I will be playing Lydia, our Arcene Rock Gnome Cleric. We both use she, her pronouns.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing as Hart, the Wood Elf Druid. We both use he, him.
Hi, I'm Tyler, at Frothy Inferno on the internet, and I will be playing Stagg, the Wood Elf Druid, also both he, him.
I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be the DM for today, she, her, and let's just get right back into it. When we last left off, our heroes had entered into Grimskull, which is the Frost Giant Fortress in which Auril has made her earthly home. And they had descended into the dungeon and begun to face the 4 trials of Auril. Okay, going forward, a few of you folks are facing experiences that you have already been through before. Your characters are aware that they've been through these experiences before, aware that they need to see them through, and aware that this is part of the trial. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I believe that the part that we had just left off with was Hart finding himself the size of a mouse in the middle of a forest. Now, this may not necessarily be a memory for him, but these trials are kind of occurring in sort of a dreamlike state, which I feel like Hart is very familiar with thus far. Hart finds himself in a snowy forest, and is experiencing it at a very small size. So getting through snow is very interesting, because he is small enough that he can actually walk on top of it, Legolas style. But everything is quite large. How does Hart react to that?
He has been a mouse before, thankfully, through the use of wild shape. So I feel like he sort of takes stock of himself. And then immediately just sort of brushes off, however weird this may be, just oh, it's one of the other, it's I'm dreaming again. No worries on that end. And I think he starts looking for a place to bundle up. like to saddle up, or like he just sort of like if he's not doing that immediately, because normally his dreams are the ones that are in control. He doesn't have a whole lot of agency. I feel like he usually, like, at this moment, he'll wait and see if anything's like, this way, ghostly fingers. Like,
Since Burning Star has been in control, Hart's dreams have gotten a lot more linear. Yes, he will still be like swept from scene to scene from time to time, but like in the time in between, he has really just kind of had enough like agency to like wander through those dreams. It's like well, I guess the best analogy I can make is like when you're in a video game and like there's a pre-scripted event that occurs, afterwards you're still able to explore that space. That's basically what happens for Hart. Like after he sees whatever the dream was supposed to show him, he's just kind of left in that stage, really.
yeah, I feel like Hart you'd probably find some place to like stay warm, like until like he gets the next calling to go towards somewhere, like feel like he's like wait for the transition. He's mouse sized and it's cold out.
Give me a survival check.
Haha, historically I'm good at those, but I would need my character sheet up in order to
I was gonna say, everybody go ahead and get out your character sheets. You are going to be having dreams, but a lot of you are going to be making rolls. Some of you are going to be making a lot of rolls.
Why would you say that? So that's a 16 with survival.
That's pretty good. Where do you think Hart would go to shelter at the size of a mouse?
The size of a mouse, he would either... He doesn't want to go up the tree because he knows that's where squirrels are, and he doesn't feel like squirrels and mice can necessarily be friends. So I feel like he would probably want to go like into the root system of a tree if he can.
And Hart is not actually a mouse. He is just the size of one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like if he's just the size of a mouse, I think he would still try and get into the root system.
Okay. So Hart kind of meanders about the foot of a tree, manages to find something of a knothole, and poke his head in there, and it looks dry enough, and it looks like it would be a nice enough place to settle down. And when he does so, he catches some movement towards the back of the hole.
Hello? Is anyone there?
You hear the sound of like something like stone kind of scraping ceramic. And what you see with your dark vision in the back of this hole is what appears to be a painted mask.
Does it have like an expression on it?
Not necessarily. It's not a mask that has like a face on it. It's just got kind of abstract geometric shapes. However, you do recognize this as a chewinga.
Oh. Well, hello there, little friend. Are you hungry?
He scrambles away from you a little bit, and you can see that the way that he's moving, his ankle appears to be not okay, twisted in sort of a weird way. He is avoiding putting weight on it.
I think Hart will... I think he'll crouch down and like pull out a good cookie. And I feel like a good cookie and maybe some silverware, like shinies or sweets, like take your pick.
Okay.
And he will like kind of put his staff into the crook of his arm and then just like offer them both, but be like crouched down so that way the chewinga knows like he's not actively a threat. He'll like set them down onto the ground.
Sure. And the way that chewinga move is like very similar to creatures of that size, where it's just very quick kind of fluttering movements, where they like remain still in the moments in between. Very, very much the way that a prey animal would, just trying not to be seen. It's like when you move, get there very quickly, and then like when you get there, stop so that nothing can see you.
Yeah.
And so he just kind of like tips his head a little bit, looks at both of the items, and reaches out kind of tentatively towards the good cookie, and then snatches it out of your hand and then like scoots back, and just sort of mashes it onto his mask, and miraculously seems to consume it that way.
Yeah, that checks. And I feel like Hart would like kind of try and reassure the Chewinga.
There's more where those came from.
And he'll pull out start like a few more of his good cookies. And then
You don't look like you're doing too well.
and he'll like try and get closer while holding the cookie out. His goal is that if he can get up to the Chewinga, he wants to do a cure wounds to try
Sure.
and heal it.
Okay. The Chewinga will actually like reach out, grab that good cookie, and you like settle in, get ready to like cast that cure wounds, when it kind of nudges you, and tries to hand you something.
Oh, well, you don't need it. You could have
You
the
see that he's
cookies.
actually like broken the cookie in half and is trying to give you half of it.
Hart will take the half.
Okay. He munches on that cookie, and while you work, he starts to examine the shinies. He just kind of like sits there contentedly, lets you examine his ankle, and is like looking at what shinies do you produce for him?
There was some silverware.
Okay.
Because he
So
knows
he's
that,
got, like,
like,
a-
typically
he's
he
got a-
knows the Chewinga loves silverware.
Right. He's got a fork, and he seems fascinated at how small it is. The fact that it is its size and shape.
Yeah.
So you can hear him just sort of like twanging the prongs of the fork, as you set to work. I think that is a good place to leave off for now.
Can I give him one more thing to mess around with?
Sure,
It would
sure,
be
sure.
he would put some coins, like he'd put like 5 gold pieces inside of a tin mug, and then like try and put some cloth over the top, so that way the Chewinga could shake it and just have like a
Oh.
little like noisemaker.
Nice. I like that. There is a rattling noise coming from that hole under the tree.
He's my friend.
Stagg.
Yes.
You've been traveling with these hunters for a while now. Unfortunately, the storms that separate the southern lands from Icewind Dale are quite severe, and you all ran out of food a while ago. You've decided to hunker down in a cave for a few hours, but those hours have stretched into days. And it has become clear that you all need to leave, or you're never going to leave.
What's the general attitude from the hunters? What's their like conditions like?
Lethargic, hopeless. There is one guy in particular who keeps on insisting that you need to stay where you are, or else you'll never get rescued. Like, people won't be able to find you if you keep moving around. You have to stay in one spot, and then like the rescue team will be able to find you. And like there's another guy who has completely lost hope and is basically like, nobody is coming.
What is my relationship with these guys?
You tell me. Let's work this out.
Yeah. Well, like I must have come across them at some point, and being an elf and looking like a hunter, just kind of tried to convince them that I was one of them. Very poorly at first, since my understanding of a lot of things is poor. Uh, so honestly, kind of like a kid trying to figure out stuff, and like these guys are the adults that are teaching me things.
Right. I want to say that there is a boss. There's like a second in command, and perhaps two siblings that are just kind of work hands. And they have taught you a lot about hunter life, and basically like corrected you on a lot of things, but for the most part kept you at arm's length. They could recognize that you were useful in a like survival situation, that you knew a lot about stuff, and you can like somehow summon fire with your fingers. So that has been useful thus far as it has gotten colder. But everyone is hungry, everyone is tired, and it's becoming increasingly clear that you can't stay here.
Yeah, I'm Stag is feeling very impatient now, especially since they've been staying here for so long. Like he knows he has to get somewhere, and just the more waiting around, the more useless it seems. Because I think he's also in the camp of there's no one coming for us. Why would there be? We have to take care of ourselves.
And I think the idea of a rescue party just doesn't compute for Stag.
No, like why would people come for us? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. What is Stag's plan moving forward?
The who is so like there's nobody I guess championing the idea of moving on.
No, not necessarily. I think that a while ago, the second in command, I'm going to call him Two Coins. For a while, Two Coins was saying we should leave. And as time has gone on, has kind of started to like consign himself to this fate.
I'm gonna say that Stag, like out of anyone, Stag's been getting along the best with Two Coins. I think he like understands Two Coins' position as like second in command. Since Stag has never been like in charge himself, so like being second in command kind of makes sense to him.
Okay.
So I think he's gonna go up to Two Coins and just very bluntly say, "Listen, we need to leave. We're not getting anywhere staying here."
All right. I'll say Two Coins is a Sphinx Tabaxi, which is to say, they are Tabaxi, but they're a hairless cat Tabaxi.
Yeah, exactly.
They are miserable. And their full name is Two Coins in the Back Pocket.
What a cool name!
Yeah, I like it.
I didn't come into this game thinking I was going to make this character, but here we are. Two Coins says, "I cannot say I do not agree with you. But to some degree, I have to remain loyal to the boss man."
Listen, we can tough it out and stay here, but I don't think that's going to work for much longer. If we can't get everyone to go, then maybe this rescue party that everyone keeps thinking is coming, which I don't even understand, maybe we have to be the ones to go get it.
All right. Let's see if we can convince him. I'm going to leave off there for now.
Cool.
Kuori, make me an endurance check.
What kind of roll is that?
When I say endurance, I do mean
Some 4E bullshit
a con
coming
That is-
save. A
through.
con
Some
save.
4E.
A con save. I meant. Don't come at me like this. Don't see me.
Denai subjected me to so many endurance
I was
checks
like,
back in
oh,
4E.
I'm just gonna come right in, just be all like, make me a check. I'm a hard ass DM, and they're all like,
Ma'am,
this is a Wendy's.
this is a Wendy's.
Con save, please.
11. I did not do great.
Okay, take a level of exhaustion.
Oh, great. I hate this. I already had one.
Every limb is shaking. You are trying to keep moving forward, but you are colder than you ever have been. It wasn't supposed to be like this. The crawl has been harrowing for some Goliaths, but never like this. And you are starting to become aware that you had already gone through this, but you didn't remember this part.
Mm-hmm.
And you're beginning to question, is that because I wasn't conscious, or because I can't remember?
Stop with the mystery fingers, Liz. Um, okay, she does she know usually how long this tunnel is? Like, is that something that you are told going into this trial?
Sure. I want to say that the longest anybody has ever spent doing the crawl is maybe 45 minutes.
Okay.
Like, the fastest time was like 10.
Okay. And you said we realized that this is we've been through this before.
Yes.
I have spells. She is going to probably don't have that. She's going to try, and I mean, they're all gonna hurt me, but she's gonna cast a firebolt to like the wall. It's like a rock wall.
It is rock and ice, both of those things.
It's just rock, ice, and snow, so she won't be able to do that. Honestly, she's just gonna start kind of like, because it's all practical now, trying to get her limbs to move, extending her fingers and her toes and her feet to kind of like get blood back into them and try to warm herself up. And she can't stand in this, right? It's like it's just a crawl.
Nope.
Okay.
Like your shoulders
yeah.
are bumping up against the ceiling.
Okay. I hate this. Yeah, no, all she can do is just try and tough it up more and kind of like, it's a very intense look of concentration, but in her mind it's like, why am I remembering this now? Is this really what's happening? Is this really what I did throughout the trial? Just try to keep going.
All right, give me another con save.
I'll give you an endurance check, don't worry. 22.
All right, it's better. We'll come back to you. Lydia.
Oh, hi.
It has been a few days. You've begun to heal up, but for the most part, you have been bedridden. You've tried to stand up a couple of times, but the world just started spinning. And even one time you became sick, and Oyam and Nartok had to dive with a bucket to catch it. you realize that you're going to have to wait until you get better. And you know that you've been through this before. And it is awful.
You know, I wish I would have developed the patience for this, but not my strong suit.
What was your time like with Oyam Nartok?
I feel like Lydia would have been, you know, the sort of stereotype that doctors and nurses make the worst patients. That's 100% Lydia. Like, Lydia's trying to be like, no, I'm fine. Like, just let me leave. I have to catch up. Kuori's gonna think I'm dead. I have to find Lucas. Like, I'm fine. And then just also like super apologetic about any time that she is sick. And I feel like there will be a lot of like fighting and then eventual, okay, you're right. I'm not well enough to leave yet. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. But yeah, very much like a doctor making the worst patient, because she's just like, I just want to get out of here. I'm fine. I can heal myself.
Oyam Nartok has infinite patience. Though as much as you feel like you've already been through this before, it's almost like she has been too. Many times over. She cares for you, and she makes sure that you're never alone for long. That is until one day. She brings you some food and some water, and she lets you know where all of the rations are stored. And she starts giving you a lot of very specific instructions, like where the firewood is, how to put snow into the kettle and get snow melt to make water if you need it, where all of the food is. And it becomes clear it's because she's about to leave.
Where are you going?
I have to continue. I have to make my rounds. It is my duty.
Oh. But by yourself? It's not safe to travel alone. You've told me as much the entire time I've been here.
I am
Again.
never alone.
I can come with you. I'm feeling much better. We can go catch up to Kuori.
She shakes her head. You will have much longer before you are able to travel again. Yes, you may be able to stand, but can you fight? Can you hold a sword? Can you protect yourself?
Lydia, I think, instinctively reaches for her gun again, which is not there. I suppose not.
I will be back. And she hefts a pack onto her shoulder and heads out the door. And you are left alone.
My favorite way to be.
For weeks. For months, it feels like. She never comes back.
I think in like the time, because you said that like Lydia understands that this is part of the trial, like that she's been through this before. I think Lydia goes full conspiracy theorist and like starts writing notes and putting them up on the wall and like connecting strings and little bark push pins, just trying to figure out, is she stuck in a time loop? If she does something wrong, is she gonna like revert back to the beginning of the trial? If she if she dies, does she die in real life? So she's like theorizing everything and like taking meticulous notes and trying to stave off the horrible feeling of being alone, which is Lydia's least favorite feeling in the entire world, as she's building up strength.
Is this what happened the first time?
I think the first time Lydia did a lot more praying than she's doing this time, and focused more on studying. Like she would have tried to find like her little map of the region and tried to study it more, and practice like building a fire very quickly the first time around. But this time she's full, how do I figure out the matrix vibes, because she knows that she's been through this before. And she also like has a list of things that she did the first time around and like how she would do them differently now.
If I'm remembering correctly, and this literally is just occurring to me right now, I do think that at some point, no, you didn't see Lucas's wolf until you came into town, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I did not see Snowball.
Snowball did not come to you until much later. All right. So Lydia spends some time theorizing. She makes herself a serial killer board with red lines and photos and notes. It's probably as good a place as any to leave off. All right. Hart. You get this Chewinga pretty well patched up. What's your next move?
It's gonna cast a little create bonfire. Just like stay there, keep warm. He doesn't really think anything of it necessarily. Like he's made a new friend, and together they shall brave the winter.
The Chewinga kind of cuddles up to the bonfire, like, rubs their hands and like puts them out to the flames, and then sort of looks up at you. And whenever Chewinga moves, they kind of make that wooden wind chime sound, like a slight jingling whenever they do. And it's not unlike the way that Hart sounds because he has a bell in his antlers.
Yeah.
I think that the Chewinga sort of gestures to you and then draws something in the dirt. And what the Chewinga draws is like an approximation of its mask, and then like a circle with kind of two antlers coming off of it. And then the Chewinga like makes like a tree with its hands and then just puts it down on top of those. And then like a small distance away from that, the Chewinga draws more little masks in the dirt.
Yeah, Hart will pull out an acorn. Do you want me to grow you a tree? I don't know if it would work. We're already here.
The Chewinga shakes its head and just points back at the masks.
Do you want me to find the others?
Chewinga nods.
Okay.
The Chewinga actually like takes the dirt that like made the first mask and the antlers are in, and just pushes that dirt over to where the other masks are.
Do you want me to help bring them here, bring you to them?
Like myself to them.
Okay. And then Hart will he'll take one of his big blankets, because he knows that Kuori and Lydia did this for him when they were going out on their first adventure. And he's gonna like put the Ack Ink blanket over the Chewinga. He says, "Okay, the forest friends always seem to find me pretty easy, but if you want to hang back a little bit, don't worry. I've got this fancy lantern that one of my friends gave me, and we should be able to find your family."
There are kind of pleased sounding jingling noises coming from the Chewinga.
I'll give the Chewinga the remainder of my good cookies for the day, so that way he has something to snack on for the trip.
Okay. How are you going to transport this Chewinga?
Well, he's bigger than me, so he should walk.
Okay.
Unless it's like, unless it, like, it has the ability to like turn itself into a mask, and then like Hart would just like put the mask on and then go out and search for things.
The two of you are about the same size.
Yeah, like I think Hart will just be like, all right, just don't try not to go too far away from me, and if you do, I'll make sure to try and I'll find you again, okay? And he'll like hold his hand out for the Chewinga to hold his hand.
The Chewinga nods, reaches out and takes your hand. As the two of you carefully make your way out of the hole in the ground. Hart, you are greeted with the sound of something larger than you, sort of padding through the snow. And I imagine that you probably like duck because you is prey.
Click the button on the bell that causes it to magnetize so that way it's not jingling.
Yeah. And that heavy moving sound stops, and you hear kind of a snuffling from above. And the Chewinga starts making excited jingling sounds once again. And you look up and you see the white fur of an Arctic fox. And the fox kind of like looks at you, tips its head to the side, and then like just sits down. And the Chewinga like tries to drag you towards the fox.
Yeah, Hart would cast Speak with Animals. For sure.
All right.
He's gonna
The
try.
fox has been looking for this Chewinga.
Does the fox have blue teeth?
No.
Damn it. So close.
The fox has been looking for this Chewinga. It says, "Are you going to get on my back or not?"
Are you going to take us to the others?
Yes.
Insight check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Look, there are too many logic puzzles about foxes being dicks crossing rivers to make me just trust this fox de facto. That is a modified 20.
Yeah. This fox is acting like a mount, and the Chewinga is treating it like one.
Yeah, Hart will for sure hop on the back of this fox with the Chewinga. Like, if the Chewinga says it's okay, sure.
All right. You hop on the back of the fox, and like help the Chewinga up there as well.
I'll
and
give the fox a ration.
Nice. The fox thanks you. The fox is about the size of a horse to you, if only a little bit larger, I'd say. And I'd say that Hart may not necessarily, well, maybe Danica would have mentioned this once or twice. There are rumors of Chewinga using foxes as mounts throughout Icewind Dale. The fox takes you through the woods for a few hours, it seems like. Chewinga can really travel far if they want to. And you eventually come to a clearing, and the Chewinga, like, kind of turns its head to the side, and when its mask, like, snaps back to its original position, there's a loud rattling noise. And you hear more rattling throughout the clearing. And you are greeted by a multitude of Chewinga just hopping down out of knotholes, from behind trees, directly out of the snow. They all kind of begin to come towards you in a very excitable fashion.
Hart starts greeting all of them and looking through his things to see if he has, like, stuff to give all of them.
Sure. Hart, you greet them heartily, and you look down to start digging through your things, and when you look back up again, the Chewinga that you're about to hand your fork to is completely made out of ice.
He looks at it, and then he looks up to see the other Chewingas?
All of the Chewinga are completely frozen in that moment of merriment. Every single one of them is made out of ice. You, like, even the fox, even the Chewinga that you rescued, and looking around, you even see that the trees are made out of ice.
There is, I would say, like, there is the sound of as Hart's, like, he feels crestfallen at this, and like as he's experiencing this just utter sense of sad as the merriment cuts off, there's the sound of like clinking metal. He was pulling out coins to give them, and he just like lets the money fall, and he just starts looking around, just what? No, and he's like going up and like trying to like I think he would like put like a create bonfire near one of them to try and like help warm them up, or like near the fox to try and help warm it up. But he is like desperately trying to help everything that he can.
Hart quickly realizes that they are all made out of ice, and warming them up is only going to succeed in making them melt. And I think that will leave him with this sad scene, because Hart does not necessarily understand that he has succeeded in this trial. And I don't know if he'd ever understand Auril's method of preservation. But to Auril, every flake of snow is unique, and that which is unique must be preserved.
Yeah, like I would say like Hart's scene ends with him just like falling onto his knees in the snow, just like crying at the fact that all these Chewingas that he just tried to help save are now ice.
Stagg, you and 2 Coins have managed to convince Boss to let you go out and at least look for some food, or try to find the end of the blizzard. But there is no end in sight. There is no food. There's nothing that can survive in these conditions. And it has been too long for the blizzard to have like even had a chance to like, it should have stopped by now. If it was a normal storm, it would have stopped.
Okay.
You go out, and you're gone for a few days. And when you come back into the cave, I want to say that the 2 field hands have already frozen to death. Boss is just shivering in a corner, and 2 Coins just reaches out to you.
Okay. Stagg will acknowledge him.
2 Coins grasps at you. It's like it is a horror scene. Essentially, 2 Coins is trying to grab you.
Why? Does Stagg, like you said, he's got memories of like going through this before, right?
Yes.
Going through this, does he remember how this resolves?
How do you think it would resolve? The first time, at least.
I think the first time it resolved, he had to leave them all behind.
Okay. 2 Coins is basically saying, "So cold, come to me. Please warm me."
I think Stagg remembers like trying to keep him warm, and that still not working regardless. And I think he realizes that he just needs to get on with this. So he's going to look at 2 Coins, and just turn his back and start leaving them behind.
Okay. And I even want to say that in this like recollection, as Two Coins gets closer to you, you can literally feel his body like supernaturally drawing heat away from you.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that if he touches you, it's going to be bad.
And I think like so like when it first happened, Stagg tried to keep them all warm with his powers, but the blizzard was too much, and like this, they were kind of leeching the heat out of him, so he had to leave them behind.
Okay.
I don't think he says anything to Two Coins as he turns his back and leaves.
All right. Stagg walks back out into the snow. I think that he learned a long time ago Auril's particular opinion on cruelty. That compassion makes you vulnerable, and that cruelty is the knife that keeps your enemies at bay.
Cool. I mean, he's not a fan, but you know.
Yeah. All right. Kuori.
Stat Muffin, thank you for the follow. I wanted to put it in at the end of the scene.
Ding! I don't have my water bottle.
Ding! Meow! Thank you.
Dig, dig, dig.
Stat is one of our amazing mods from Clever Place. Hi, Stat.
Oh, thank you. Yay! It's nice to know that it's not a bot.
I'm
Hooray!
I'm sorry that it had to be during such a heavy moment. Levi just throws a glass bottle on the floor. Okay. Kuori. Hi.
Yeah,
Make me a
hi.
con save.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I want you to make me an endurance check, and then after that, roll for Streetwise.
Fuck off. Oh, that's a D8. Thank God, because that was a 1.
Yeah?
Did you roll
Welcome
digital
to the
dice
show.
again?
I rolled. You know how I said, "Oh, thank God that was a D8" because that was a 1.
Yeah?
I
Did
rolled
you-
the 1. No,
That's fun. All right. 2 levels of exhaustion.
2
Does that
more.
That puts
Take
you
it on
at
the chin. You can
4.
do it.
That puts me at 4.
You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't you die at 5?
No,
You're
you
gonna
died
be-
at 6.
It's at 6. You're going to be fine. It's only 4. All right. Kuori, you are slowing down. You are nearly at a standstill. It is freezing. Your limbs literally hurt. Not only from the cold, but from being drawn up to your body for so long. You are so large, being in such a small area while under like physical exertion is literally painful for you.
I mean, you know, she's just gonna cast Firebolt at the wall.
Okay. From the outside, these walls are like very translucent. Like it's just ice that like is sheared through these veins of rock. These mountains are so old and so ancient, and the ice has been frozen for so long. It's hard to tell the difference between rock and ice down here. From the outside, we can see strange lights and colors emanating from within.
I think she does that for a while. Each time kind of like getting more and more frustrated till she's just at one point just screaming like at the top of her lungs until she's just stops and it's like panting heavily. And she's just going to try to, you know how when your arms like numb or like really, really cold, you kind of start like hitting it to get some sense back into it.
Okay.
So she is going to start doing that. trying to get heat and movement through her limbs. And she is going to continue kind of like muttering to herself, "This is not where I die."
Okay. All right. Kuori endures. What is her opinion of the Frostmaiden thus far?
Cruel and unreliable.
That's fair. What does she think about her position as a midwinter child?
She kind of resents it. Because a midwinter child is supposed to be something special, something that is that cause for celebration, but all it's ever done is given people higher expectations of her until she eventually just lets people down. Like she let her family and tribe down by getting herself kicked out.
Okay.
She doesn't like it. She doesn't think it's a gift.
All right. How does she get out?
I'd say it takes a lot longer than 45 minutes. And she's trying to stop when her limbs get too cold, and every so often kind of like start moving them, massaging, punching them even as she keeps going. If it weren't as cold, she'd be sweating because she is pushing herself. And as she sees the end and hears a cat,
It's a crag cat. It's fine.
yeah, it's a crag cat. It's fine. She looks at the end. She sees the light, basically, but she also notices that it's iced over. And I think with anger and frustration, she goes for a firebolt, but ends up doing a burning hands towards the end that's iced over until she can no longer do so and is free.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say that when you get to the end, you find that the exit is actually blocked. And so you literally have to break your way out.
Mhm. Yeah. If her spells aren't working, she's just going to literally start using herself as a battering ram and shouldering the exit until it breaks.
Okay. I think that Kuori has always been the type of person who can endure. I think that she has always known the Frostmaiden's opinion of endurance, which is exist as long as you can, by whatever means you can, and only by enduring can you outlast your enemies. And with that, you burst forth into freedom. Kuori actually falls out of the wall onto the floor, not in her childhood home, but back in the dungeon of Grimskull.
Okay. Is there a specific place she's back at?
You haven't necessarily seen it before. There seems to be a center pedestal, and like there are a couple of other doors that are here, but you are drawn to the center of the room.
Okay. If she looks behind her, is there a door behind her?
You look behind you, and the hole that you came through is already closing back up.
Cool. I think she's going to look behind her. She looked at the pedestal, she looks behind her, and then her head just turns back to the pedestal and she walks towards it, looking at the doors. But eventually finds herself in front of this pedestal, looking at what's on it.
Okay. We'll come back to Kuori in a second. Lydia,
Hi.
you've been alone for a long time.
She has been alone for a long time, and you just see various notes
Oh no!
stuck to Lydia in various forms. And this is just what the entire wall of the cabin looks like at this point. So I think that after all of this, Lydia just decides to step out of the cabin and like listen to see if she hears any wildlife whatsoever, or if her thought of being truly and utterly alone is correct.
How long does it take for Lydia to decide that she needs to do something about this?
I want to say like in the first time around, does she remember like when she left or when she was no longer alone in the cabin?
I think she does, but I mean that's a question for you. Really?
When it gets to that day, she's like, okay, this is
Okay.
not, gotta break the loop here. No regrets.
All right. I want to say that Lydia, like we like see Lydia like with all of these notes covering her, and behind her there's like even like chalk marks on the wall, like tallying the days that have
Oh yeah,
passed.
very, very prisoner-esque.
Yeah.
Just like there's now like a little bit of a track in the floor where she has paced back and forth so much that it's like worn down the floor a little unevenly.
Bless.
She's not used to being alone and doesn't like it at all.
Okay. So the first time that Lydia was alone, she did a lot of praying, you say, and like growing closer to the Raven Queen, and such. What do you think she learned during that time?
I think that she learned that the Raven Queen often sees things in black and white and in literals. And that there is a quiet compassion in the Raven Queen's harshness. What others view as something that is cruel, you know, taking your loved ones away from you and ferrying them off into the afterlife, Lydia learns is the greatest gift of all in some ways, of ensuring that they make it to the afterlife and that they're not left as shambling undead entities. And so I think it's finding the compassion in what seems to be cruelty,
Okay.
even though it's not.
All right. I want to say, the day comes when you know that you left, and so you prepare to leave. And you open the door to a vast tundra that feels completely empty. Though you remember the journey that you made before, and you're confident that you can make it again. Whereas the Raven Queen sees things in very black and white ways, I think that it occurs to you that there are a lot of things that are black and white in the world. Heat and cold, kindness and cruelty, life and death. But sometimes there's a gray area. And you're beginning to realize where the gray areas lie.
Yeah. That checks out. And I think on like the day where Lydia like realizes that something has to change, she will just go like a few steps outside of the cabin and sit down in the snow and meditate for the first time since she's been there, and just be okay in the solitude.
Okay. All right. Lydia, I think you melt into that. And whether it's the conclusion that she comes to or not, Auril's opinion of solitude is that solitude is where you can understand and harness your full potential, and depending on others makes you weak.
Lydia wholeheartedly disagrees, but for the first time was sitting there and was okay with the fact that she was alone.
Okay. Lydia, when you return to the world, you find yourself at the end, or rather, yeah, I'll put it this way. You find yourself opening your eyes just as you walk back into the ice rink, where our good friend, the awakened walrus, is slipping and sliding around. You find that you have walked in a different door that you had left than you had left through. And looking up, you can see that Burning Star has walked back in from another door, and Stagg, likewise, has re-entered from another door as well. The corridor that you had gone through appears to be vacant. But there is the sound of a door opening to the south.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, of course I'm fine. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah,
What?
I was gonna say, I think like Burning Star, like you see a hand come up and like touch the side of their face, and then they just pull back and like look at their own hand.
I think that
Stag's like aggressively rubbing his face. I'm fine.
I think that you see a look of relief on Lydia's face when she looks over and sees Kuori, and then you see that
She's
look.
not here.
Oh. A look of panic on Lydia's face when she doesn't see Kuori, and a look of relief when she sees Stagg.
Yep.
But then
there are basically 4 different doors that you guys entered through. One of the doors is vacant.
but Lydia looks. Stagg probably wouldn't notice because he has not been around Lydia, and you know, subtle facial cues are probably not Stagg's strong suit.
Completely lost on him.
But Lydia definitely looks a little disappointed that it's Burning Star and not Hart that's walking back through that door. But okay, you two. We gotta find Kuori.
Yeah, we should. So what just happened?
Auril's trials.
Hmm.
Winter god bullshit.
Yeah.
That's one cold god, literally and figuratively.
Where's Kuori?
I don't know, and it's worrying me.
Burning Star is like trying to like walk towards the other door.
Mm-hmm.
The door to the south that just opened?
Yeah.
Okay. Burning Star is beelining across the room.
I would say beeline,
Kuori.
but like all ice floor. Like it's very much just like fuck. Like,
Kuori, as you're approaching this pedestal, you see that I want to say that your foot like crunches down on something like hard and shatters, and you look down, you see that it is part of something that was made out of ice, and looking around the room you can see that like the floor is littered with these chunks of ice that all have kind of a carved look about them, but looking down, you see one of these chunks of ice has a face on it.
She'll kind of lean down and pick it up.
Yep. Looks like human. A look of determination, but slight trepidation.
Okay.
There's indication of face paint. You know how like in order to like make something that's carved to look like it has like markings on it, you kind of like, just carve a little bit into it.
Okay. I think while still holding the piece, she's going to look at the pedestal.
Approaching the pedestal, you see that there is a book just like bound with leather. It's got kind of mink tails. Oh, I don't have the description open for the Codicil of White. It's the Codicil of White.
Wasn't it like had like gold? You sent us a picture, so it's in the chat.
Yes, here it is. It's a tall, thin volume bound with white ermine fur over seasoned boards of white pine and sealed with a clasp and lock of tarnished silver.
Okay. She's going to take it. Is there any like writing or name on it? Like anything at all
Sure.
that identifies it?
You pick it up. The book itself is actually quite cold to the touch. The fur is worn about the edges from use. Flipping through it, you find 27 pages made out of vellum painted with silver gilt on the outer edges. The whole thing is sewn to a leather binding with strips of sinews, making it quite durable. You find that it is basically a codicil written by the followers of Auril as a primer on her worship. The first page is a title page with a snowflake symbol on it, and the remaining pages describe various priestly rituals and ceremonies in chilling detail.
Like the use of the word chilling.
It does. So it says it right here. It says here that there is a spell that wizards can learn, that being Frost Fingers. I'll send you that information in a bit.
She already has a frostbitten hand, so.
And you find a poem called The Rime of the Frostmaiden.
What is the poem sound like?
I'll let you know in a bit.
Okay.
It feels eerily familiar.
Okay.
As you're flipping through this book, you glance at the pedestal and find that the pedestal that it was sitting on has 3 symbols on it. The one in the center appears to be an owl with curling ram horns on it. Off to the right is a woman's face with just these like jagged lines. Like she appears to be made out of ice. Like, not in the way that these guys are, which is to say, like very lifelike carvings. She looks like you took icicles down and like chunked them together in the shape of a woman. And then off to the right of the owl figure is just this strange gem diamond shape.
Okay. And you said this is the pedestal? What's on the pedestal?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like a visage, like an emblem that's put into the pedestal that the book was resting on.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're looking at it, a voice fills your mind. Will you court death to receive my blessing?
Why should I?
There's no response.
You want me to court death? I've done it many times. I'll do it once more then.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Instantly regrets what I said. I'm gonna use a new dice. This is sparkly. Okay. Oh. He said Constitution saving throw.
What I said.
25.
All right.
Holy shit.
Got a quick question.
Yes.
Not to be that guy, but you're at 4 levels of exhaustion. You make saving throws at disadvantage.
She has resistance to cold damage, though.
Okay. I was just checking because this
if
is an exhaustion thing.
If she would do it at disadvantage, and the other thing is that exhaustion is gone. Actually, go back to the first level of exhaustion.
Never mind then. She good.
My heart.
Me?
I'm okay.
I mean, I was gonna wait until later to tell you that you weren't exhausted anymore, but that's fine.
25.
Yeah, you make it.
Cool. What did I make?
A coldness creeps into you. And I want to say that this happens just as the rest of the people enter the room. Lydia, Stagg, and Burning Star, when you enter the room, you find Kuori standing in front of a pedestal holding a book with her head kind of tipped back, and this mist kind of pouring out of her mouth. And when she blinks again and looks at you, you find that her eyes are literally made of ice.
Kuori, are you okay?
DM, am I okay?
From your perspective, you said the Frostmaiden asked you if you would court death, and you said to receive her blessing, and you said, "I've courted death many times before. Might as well." And you felt coldness creep through you.
Am I dead?
You're not dead.
Do I sense undead?
You've just no, she's not dead. What the heck, you guys?
Well, I'm just covering all my bases.
Okay, but like for the kids at home, she dead though, right?
She's
Yeah,
not
totally
dead.
dead,
Yeah,
right?
she's super dead. Oh my god, I can't believe Kuori's dead.
Oh god, I guess I gotta
And
bring in my new character.
Kuori, you
Yeah.
received the blessing of the Frostmaiden. You're double blessed. You're hashtag blessed. You're blessed, blessed, blessed.
Oh god.
I'll let you know what you got.
Live, laugh, love, but just bless, bless, bless.
Does she still have, like, once she hears Lydia's voice, does she still have that mist coming from her mouth?
I don't know. Do you want that? That sounds
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
All
I'll
right.
do it.
Yeah. Fucking Steven's reading One Piece. I know there's a character who like always has mist coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, his name's Smoker. He's super cool. He smokes 2 cigars at once just because he's that much of a badass. He ate the smoke fruit, which is a Logia type devil fruit. Listen, I have been way too... Back to the game. We can get into One Piece later. It's fine.
There you are. Okay. There's your blessing.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
So yes, at this point I would tell you, you do not have that exhaustion that you gained while doing the crawl. You only have the one exhaustion that you had from before.
Okay. I think hearing Lydia's voice, she kind of looks over to her and almost like a delayed shiver kind of rolls through her. But then she just relaxes her shoulders, like she's doesn't feel cold anymore. And she looks to Lydia with her eyes made of ice and mist pouring from her mouth as she speaks. I'm fine. Why?
You just look a little bit chilly. And Lydia will like take out she carries like a small compact that was like a gift from her mother because her mother wanted to make sure she had like a little bit of like girly feminine things in her pack. It's this very ornate compact, and she opens it and there's a mirror and she shows Kuori what they look like. I mean, you're still beautiful, but a little chillier.
Lydia, a weasel pops out of your hood, wearing a pair of glasses, and you see her kind of sniff at the air, and she's going to like crawl down your body, sort of scamper up the stairs, sort of knocking a piece of ice in the shape of a hand down, and that weasel will scramble up Kuori's body. And like basically put its little paws right onto the codicil. And Kuori, you can hear her whisper to herself, I did it. I found it. I did it. And she sort of closes her eyes and those glasses fade slowly away.
Oh no!
And I think that's where we can leave off for right now.
Excellent. So we're going to go to our break. We're going to try and be right back. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you, LB, for the raids. Playthings of the Gods is a very fun show. You should check out LB's YouTube page. You can see more of it there. Otherwise, hey, thanks so much for joining us here at Rime of the Frostmaiden Part 31, Grimskull Part 2. Hey, guess what? Kuori made a decision. We're not sure if it was a good one or not, but now she's got mist mouth and ice ball eyes. So, you know, like, Danae, take us away.
It was a save or die. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. Nights in the Courtyard. Kuori has just received the blessing of the Frostmaiden and also obtained the codicil of white. And then Nasalantamir, the ghost that was haunting the weasel, has achieved her unfinished business and moved on. And I think in the moments that follow that, you hear a familiar voice behind you say, "Oh good, you found it."
Oh,
As
yes.
Valin Harpel makes her appearance, flanked by her 6 now kobolds.
Badass Mrs. Claus, yes, of course. Yeah, we did find it. What have you been up to while we've been busy?
Facing trials. Same as you, I assume.
How you need 4 to face the trial? Did you make Bait go through a trial?
I would say I didn't make Bait go through a trial. I would say the Frostmaiden made Bait go through a trial. Or rather, whoever created this.
He can't even read yet.
Bait, do you want to talk about it? And like Bait just kind of like, I want to say Bait holds like a staff with a lantern on it. And Bait just like looks up at her with just kind of like a dumb look on his face. And then he just like goes, no. And he just like shakes his head and like does a 1,000-yard stare.
Lydia will go hug Bait.
Stagg's
Lim
gonna go ahead
regards
and
that for a moment, and then just holds out a hand. Codicil?
Yeah, I have it.
Hand extended. A few moments pass, and she draws that hand back in. Shall we be leaving then?
I think that's probably for the best.
I
Right?
think we still have some
Yes.
unfinished business.
Lydia will just turn and like stare at Stagg. You don't mean.
I think he means, yeah.
Listen, I don't know what you went through in your trial, but 2 cents didn't deserve that.
Who?
Doesn't matter. I came to this island for a reason. Of course I did. I came to this island for a reason. And I'm going to go take care of that. I helped you with your book. I'd like your help with this.
Okay. You're family, so family sticks together. And as Lydia says that, she's gonna look back at Burning Star a little forlornly. Is Burning Star like trying to leave, or
Yeah.
what's Burning Star up to?
Burning Star, like, I feel like if there was like the pause to like hand over the book, you look over where Burning Star was, and again, it's that telltale like he is missing from here.
The
Yep.
silhouette.
As he's like every time you look over to where you think he should be on this island, and he is just like going towards the stairs that go uppies.
Okay.
But like you can see like his head is like cocked back. He's looking in a particular direction as he goes.
Tenderheart gets it. And Stagg's going to go that way too. Bye, Akuma.
Later.
Kuma. God, sort of going up.
Is the weasel still there, or did the weasel fade along with the glasses?
The weasel's still around.
Still on the book.
Lydia will like hold out her hand to see if the weasel wants to go back to her pouch, but won't be pushy about it.
Sure. Kuori, I want to say that you have like reached an understanding just by holding this book. You know that having possession of it, like mechanically speaking, well, I'll say it in like in world terms first. Gives you certain protections against the cold. Mechanically speaking, whoever holds the book has resistance to cold damage. Knowing that you already have something like that, it might be a good idea to give it to somebody who's vulnerable to it.
Yeah. Who's vulnerable to it?
Burning Star.
Okay, cool. Corey's gonna
Don't
go.
worry about that.
Yes. Corey's gonna go over to Burning Star, and just kind of like stop them for a moment and just put their hand on the book. Just look at them and then put the book in their bag and say, "Keep this on you."
Like, you, like, put the book in his hand and, like, the head tilts down, looks at it, looks up at you again, and then just immediately starts, like, looking off in a direction. Like, you pack it into his pack, but, like, he not paying attention.
I tried.
Question as well. Is Burning Star, obviously, like, everything on Burning Star's person has that galaxy mask effect on it, but I'm wondering about the coat with all of the patches on it.
Oh, if that's, like, the only thing that's not?
Well,
no.
I just out of pure curiosity, because Lydia knows that Hart has that and it's got a bunch of different patches on it, but would Burning Star think to use the patches, or like would Lydia be able to go and like grab one off of there if needed?
So to Burning Star, I think Burning Star actually has used the patches before, but this coat with the galaxy mask over it, the patches look like small constellations.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love that.
So you have to pull a constellation off of his robe in order to use it.
Amazing.
I love that.
Flavor.
That's really cool.
Call me Guy Fieri, because we're going to Flavor Town.
I'm sorry. That got me.
Yes! I win.
It rolled over me. And I was all like, that's a reference. And then I realized that it actually made sense. Oh. It was like a sonic boom. Like I got hit by 2 waves. All right. You guys heading upstairs?
Yes.
We know we can't really stop Burning Star, and Corey's not gonna let him go up by himself.
Yeah.
You go up one set of stairs, and Valen and the kobolds start heading back down the hallway, and then stops when she realizes that Burning Star is just heading for the second flight of stairs, and nobody seems to be stopping him.
And both Stagg and Burning Star together are headed that direction.
Yeah, Valen kind of like clears her throat and says, "We got what we came for."
Slight change of plans. We're gonna go fight a god.
You're going to go fight a god.
Listen,
Probably.
I think this is a good idea? No. Is my family going in that direction? Yes. Will I let them go alone? Also no. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to come with us, but the book's coming with us. So completely
If we
up
die,
to
you can pick the book up or dead body. How about that?
She like looks at each one of you in turn, and kind of like snaps her fingers, and the kobolds all start like sidling down the hallway. And you can see her like looking at Burning Star, just sort of memorizing where the book is. And she says, "Have it your way." And she begins walking down the hallway.
Oh God, I don't even know how this will work, because I think I'm technically blessed by her. What if I go kill her? Like, this is like really weird for me now.
What if she like, because you accepted her blessing, what if she like mind controls you and gets you to kill us? I can't fight against you, Kuori. I wouldn't be able to.
Duck.
Well, yeah, I would duck and I would run, but you're kind of an unstoppable force. And now you've got, your eyes are frozen and you have mist coming out of your mouth. Like,
I
that's
can't
so
control
badass.
that. I know, right? I like looks so cool.
Literally.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Burning Star and Stagg are just going up the stairs.
Oh, we're
Oh,
following.
we're walking and talking.
Oh, for sure. I know you're walking
Yeah.
and talking.
The motion I was making was a Outcast reference for what's cooler than being cool.
Ice cold.
All right.
If I have to fight you, just go for the legs.
That's the only thing I can reach.
Then they're already halfway there. See.
Okay. When you make your way up these stairs, which actually begin to kind of move in a spiral fashion, you reach the palace level of Grimskull. Looking around, it is dark here, but everybody has been granted or already has dark vision. This appears to be what is left of a frost giant's bedchamber. It is bitterly cold here. And looking up, you can see that the ceiling is quite dark, but it shimmers as though it is actually coated in... It's kind of like the inside of a geode, just sort of this crystalline structure up on the ceiling. And as you move throughout the room, there are these colors that sort of dance through it, a bit like the night sky. And you are struck by the feeling that the ceiling of this room doesn't even necessarily read as ice anymore. It just looks like stars. It is eerily quiet up here. And looking around, you can see that up on the giant's bed, which is like the bed itself is taller than Kuori is. You can actually see that there is like what appears to be the remains of a nest up on the bed. Just bits of like cloth and sticks all just kind of gathered together to make a sleeping arrangement for some sort of creature. And around the room, you find that there are actually like more and more ice sculptures similar to what were in the garden. But these are more personal. I'll say that Lydia finds on the ground what appears to be a hand mirror made out of ice. In the corner, there is a vanity, just slightly, like, also made out of ice, too small to be for a giant, but too large to be for a human person.
Do I recognize it as the vanity that I sat at the first night after defeating the doppelganger? Or does it just look like a...
Remind me of what that is.
That's
I
where
don't recall.
I saw the apparition that said you don't belong here.
I want to say that it's eerily familiar to that. There are even like stalactites that are coming down. Well, I mean, I guess a stalactite made out of ice is literally just an icicle. Dang it. There are icicles that are hanging down from the ceiling that will actually meet with icicles that are on the floor. And a few of those have been formed into what looks like tree trunks.
Are the sculptures in like a static position, or does it look like some like people are frozen over as they were going by their day-to-day lives?
These ones just look like they're sculpted. They kind of have the rough hewn shapes about them. The like you can see the evidence of artifice.
Okay.
Like chisel marks and such. Kuori like steps underneath what one of the like tree branches like that are formed. And there's that like wind chime sound, and you look up and you can see each individual leaf of a tree.
If I reach up and take a leaf, does it melt in my hand?
No.
Okay.
But I think that you find that your body is colder than it was before.
Yeah, like she doesn't feel the temperature difference between ice and herself.
Mm-hmm.
Lydia, is this cold to you?
Lydia takes the leaf.
Yep.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's ice. I think. Well, I mean, like you use a muff rather than gloves. Yeah, you take it, and it begins to melt in your hand. It's so thin that like literally just the heat of your hand begins to like turn it watery.
Yeah, it's ice, Kuori.
She's gonna take another leaf and then put it in her hand and then show it to Lydia as it doesn't melt.
Oh. Well, for lack of a better adjective, that's cool.
I suppose. And she'll kind of just crush the leaf and then put her hand out to Lydia. Do I feel cold to you?
I mean, you've always been a little bit colder than me, Kuori, but you feel like ice.
All right. As you're spending some time in this room, there is a sound of something heavy meeting ice. It's coming from the other side of the room, and you see that there is a doorway and a set of stairs heading upwards. You hear that sound again. It sounds like the clatter of talons hitting the ground. And there is a moment when you can hear the ice straining underneath great weight. You hear the sound again and again, and it's getting closer.
Listen, guys, I don't know if we can actually kill Auril, but I do know a way that we can stop her. And I think it's right over there.
What's right over there? The bird?
Wink. Stag's gonna go.
The giant stag.
Stag's going.
Well, I guess it's time to rock and roll. And Lydia will get
Lydia,
into
I
sort
will
of
throw
battle
you.
stance. Hey, that might be a good battle tactic for later, but let's go.
Stagg, are you going in the direction of that sound?
Oh yeah.
Kuori summoning her weapon, just going.
Stagg, you reach that doorway as an enormous form fills the frame. You are struck with the hugeness of this creature. First of all, looking at the floor, I think you're shocked to find cloven hooves are meeting the ice. And then your eyes follow them up to find these shaggy digitigrade legs, a cloaked body with these arms that end in talons, and there are shoulders that sport a cape that is tattered and covered in frost, and where the face is just this enormous avian disc with eyes that glow in the dark in the way that a predator's does, and these curving ram's horns on either side. And this creature regards you with some confusion.
Do I know what this is?
Something in you does.
And that's something I think is telling me to attack.
Yep.
So, hoo-wee boy, here we go. I summon my wildfire spirit.
Time for some initiative, I think.
It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Please tell me you have a picture of this
Stagg.
thing.
Yeah, it's on the cover of the
It's
book.
on the cover of the book.
Do I look like I own books?
Digital, yes.
Oh my god.
Stagg, by the way, Troll Stagger has advantage because Lydia will use her ability to give him advantage on his next initiative.
Yay! I'm going to need it.
I put it
Oh,
in the questions
boy.
for the court, Satan.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All I've ever recognized is just owl face.
She got horns. She's scurry.
That's Auril?
Vigilant blessing. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
We challenged her to a fight. Came into her house.
Alrighty. So, just gonna grab that one, put it right there. All right, Kuori.
18.
Hart.
23 with a natural
Ooh.
20.
I love it. Lydia.
4.
4. And Stagg.
16.
16. All right. I'll remind you that you are in the bedroom of a frost giant. There is a bed. There are trees. The floor is pretty cold, but I'm not going to say it's slippery per se. Yeah, you're in a bedroom, but make it twice as big.
Cool.
Question: everything in here is made of ice, right?
A lot of the things are made of ice.
Boy, that's going to be interesting
is
with all
made
my
out of-
fire.
Stuff. All right. At the top of the round is Burning Star.
Burning Star is going to hold a spell. He's going to hold his 1 4th level spell slot until Auril comes into the room.
Okay. Here she is.
No, like, she's not, like, in the doorway. She's, like, is she, like, actually in the room?
I mean, explain to me what the spell
There
is.
is a certain wall made of a flaming substance that I would like to
Understood.
use that
Sure.
I need her to
Yeah,
have
she-
some distance on.
Sure, she has stepped into the room enough for a wall to be useful.
Oh, yeah. No. She can shove it. Burning Star, I feel like from the back has been like looking up at the ceiling they're in. And when the door opens and Auril's there, the head just like snaps forward. And just quicker than you have seen Burning Star move, there is just a quick hand wave in front of him as the meteor eye ignites. And you see what look like stars appear very briefly and then disappear, followed by a popping noise and then a whooshing noise as a wall of fire just erupts behind her.
Oh, hell yeah.
So when the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw, that being Auril, because Stagg is in front.
All right, she can do that.
Okay, and then on a failed save, what's the
19
save?
she's got.
19, I am going to use one of my Cosmic Omens to roll a d6 and then subtract that from her roll.
Okay.
I'm sorry, one of your whats?
Yeah! Starform Druid's wild.
Okay, no.
So I got a 6, which means that she subtracts 6 from the overall roll, putting that at a 13. The spell save DC was 14.
Understood. Tell me what it looks like when he does this.
So since it was his turn, the one thing I forgot to do was change his starry form. So I would do that as my bonus action. But he is choosing starry form dragon. So there is this deep roar that seems to almost emanate from inside of Burning Star. Like the point of origin is further back than where he is, but you know that it is coming, like leaving the direction that he is at. And it is very much that, again, like quick movement, star pop, like stars popping, whoosh, fire that just is erupting there. And Burning Star,
Specifically the Cosmic Omen. What does that look
Oh,
like?
the Cosmic Omen. When she goes to save, if she like brings her hands up, or is she like just sort of standing there? Because I feel
I want to say she's just standing there.
So she's standing there. There's like this aura of like frosty god magic that seems to be like radiating from her, preventing the fire from doing the full blaze. And there is just this, again, that kind of roar. And everyone in the room gets a twinge, I would say. Like a feeling of like when a parental figure like puts their foot down on a matter. And I say, okay. I would feel like it's that same kind of feeling that just emanates from Burning Star, accompanied with the roar of the dragon form to just put it back down. She's taking the full damage unless she uses like a legendary resistance or something.
Which she's going to do, of course. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Like, it's a good time to use it.
She's a literal god. So
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I want to say that there's like almost like a vibrating effect, as like there's just this sense of power emanating from Burning Star. And she does have like that like godly resistance that's protecting her from the flames. And he like tries to do that like, you know, drop her save to that level. And I want to say it's basically just a clap back. Like, it's like a parent putting their foot down and then the other parent just giving a stern glare.
Yeah. So she would have been taking 32 points of fire damage, but instead she takes half. So
Okay.
16.
Does Lydia notice if fire damage seems extra ouchy to Auril?
It does not.
Damn it.
But it does seem ouchy.
Just not extra ouchy.
Yeah. About as ouchy as anything with a corporal body.
That's good enough for me.
Anything else for Burning Star?
Nope, that's it.
All right, at the end of his turn, Auril is going to lash out at Stagg with her talons.
Yeah, that seems fair.
18 to hit?
Yep.
All right, that's going to be 8 piercing damage and 3 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's Kuori's turn with Stagg on deck.
Let's see.
Wait, quick question.
Yes.
If she doesn't move and ends her turn, she has to make the save again.
She did not take a turn.
Oh, that was a
That
legendary
was a
action.
legendary action.
All right, cool. Just checking.
Yep.
So, Kuori is going to. I feel like there is a moment on their face that there's like a lot of mixed feelings, but that face hardens once she sees Auril clawing at Stagg, and almost trying to push them away from Stagg. Corey's gonna come in close, and as she's walking towards Auril, they're going to cast Chromatic Orb, and they're just going to snap their fingers, and there's a bright small spot next to Auril that, if it hits, let's see, 24.
That'll hit.
That this bright spot kind of like implodes and disappears before it explodes near her, and she casts Chromatic Orb with fire damage.
Okay. How much damage?
I will tell you in a second. I only have 1d8 and it's 4 of those. Uh, 14 points of fire damage.
Okay. Anything else for you?
No. That's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Auril kind of like reaches back with one of her talons, and as she does so, her cape sort of sweeps up over her. And as she does, that cape kind of twists twists around her and like up into the air, and she vanishes. And she's going to reappear behind you, Kuori, as she uses one of her legendary actions to teleport.
Oh fuck, we're fighting
Okay.
Meta Knight.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah. Stagg, it is your turn with Auril on deck.
Stagg is gonna grit against the attack that he got. He's gonna form some fire in his hand and slap his shield. And that's going to wreath around him as he casts Fire Shield on himself.
Cool.
And he's going to put himself right up into her bidness.
Oh, hello. She makes that shuddering cry that owls do.
Yes, good.
I don't know. Do I have it in me today to try it out? Like, hold on. It's like.
Good. That's all I do on my turn.
Oh, well, okay then.
But I
Auril,
am putting myself right next to her.
that's cool. She is cool with that. Auril
Ice
is
cold.
Aural's gonna come at you with a couple of talent attacks. 16 and 16.
Both hit.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's 9 piercing damage and 1 cold damage, then 6 piercing damage and 2 cold damage.
All right. And since I have my sorry, oh boy, I didn't copy down those numbers.
It's okay.
was-
I have them right in front of me.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I do it. It's because I can't remember numbers.
yeah.
9
So
piercing damage
9
and
piercing.
1 cold damage.
Cool.
And then 6 piercing damage and 2 cold damage.
Really wish she was doing more cold damage than piercing damage because I'm resistant to that right now. Anyway, Fire Shield's up. So she takes retaliatory fire damage. 16 from the first, 12 from the second.
Ow. Okay. I want to say that she slashes at you in rapid succession. And then as she brings her claws back up, she sort of looks down with slight curiosity and confusion at the fact that her claws are now smoldering and covered in cinders. Lydia, it's your turn. With Burning Star on deck.
Okay. So you see Lydia, who is just slightly behind Kuori, sort of tap her feet together in nervousness, and she unclips her fur covering, and it spirals out into dark raven wings as she uses Step of the Night, and whoosh, whoosh, floats up about right to Kuori's cheek level, and she just says, it's you and me, Kuori. It's always you and me. And she gives her a little kiss on the cheek, and she is going to cast Warding Bond. So I'll type this out for you, Satan, but you get +1 bonus to your AC and all saving throws. You have resistance to any type of damage. But every time you take damage, I take damage.
You're gonna make me cry.
And then Lydia will fly back and up. So she is about 20 feet above Kuori and 20 feet away from Auril. is where Lydia will be. And that's her turn.
All right. At the end of Lydia's turn, Auril is going to use 2 of her legendary actions to perform a Touch of Frost on Stagg.
Oof, owie. What do I need to roll?
Nothing. Does a 28 hit you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's going to be 14 cold damage.
Oh,
you can't-
yay.
And you can't take reactions until the start of your next turn.
Oh, no. Is that a melee attack?
Yes.
Let me review. Fire shield.
It's a melee spell attack.
Yeah, whenever a creature within 5 feet of me hits me with a melee attack, it does damage.
That's it.
Cool.
Give me retaliatory damage.
Retaliatory damage is another 11 fire damage.
All right. She has now taken 69 damage in total. So she, I want to say that like she's looking at her talons, and she comes at you again with like a more intense like I'm gonna really mean it this time. And when her talons rake across you, you feel the coldness spreading from the wound. But like her hand still comes away covered in like soot and like smoldering. And she seems to like acknowledge like, okay, that happened. All right, that was Lydia's turn. Burning Star, it's you. With Kuori on deck.
Yeah, I feel like from the back is Burning Star. There is just like moves 5 feet forward as he does. Just a barrage of magic missiles are coming out. He's gonna do a 3rd level magic missile. So that's 5d4 plus 5.
Okay.
Boop. For a total of 22 points of force damage.
All right.
And then I can't do anything as a bonus, so that's it.
Kuori. Oh wait, hold on. We've got another legendary action. She's going to try and get Kuori with her talons, I think. It's all like, no touchy the hot hurdy guy. Let's see how this one goes.
He's hot.
Iron
already.
Man bad.
That's a natural 20.
I'm immune to critical hits.
Oh,
Bitch!
hell yeah! Oh, that's exciting.
Nice.
I mean, it still hits, but I'm immune to it.
Of course. Yeah, no. 6 piercing damage.
And I'm resistant to that currently, so that's 3.
And we can finally reveal that you're immune to cold damage, so you don't take any cold damage.
Lydia
There's just a
also
smile on her face.
I want to say that she like
So only 3
brings
damage is fine.
brings a talon up to you and like just jabs it into your chest, and like she like waits for the cold to take you, and then she like looks down and realizes, oh, it's not, and then she like looks at you again. All right. Geez, I don't even know whose turn it is anymore. We've
My
got
turn.
these goddamn
it's Kuori's
legendary
turn.
actions.
It's Kuori's.
All right, go Kuori.
So she is going to free action just for flavor, grab her hand from her chest and then just throw it away from her at like leaving her open, and she's gonna take her her new +2 longsword and rake across Auril's chest with it twice. That is a 27 to hit.
I think it hits.
Yeah. I need to find the right dice. Here we go. Okay, that was only a 2, but 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Ooh, nice. And a 25 to hit.
Okay.
And
That hits.
and that is 13 points of slashing damage. And I'm gonna take my action surge. And after slashing at her, Kuori is going to for now, what she's going to do is going to do another second level chromatic orb. But in a similar fashion of how Auril like aimed at her chest, she's going to put her hand against Auril's chest and cast it. I rolled really well for this hits. That's 25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's 14 plus 4 is 18 plus 5 is 23 points of fire damage.
Okay. Auril's talon is in your chest, and you grab it and just throw it aside.
Yeah.
Creating an opening.
Yeah.
You bring your sword up to slash across her midsection, and as she's still reeling from that, you bring a chromatic orb to bear and then just like thrust it into her own like body in the same way that she had done to you. And I think that like she like doesn't react like emotionally aside from surprise. And as that flame like penetrates her like flesh, you hear her go and there is a moment where she just looks up to the ceiling, and you feel her beginning to melt around you, and then she falls into a pile of slush.
Did we attack and dethrone God?
This is too easy.
Oh, that was easy.
As you say that, the slush begins to reform.
Yes.
And it rises up off of the floor and becomes a jagged feminine shape. As I was describing before, the icicle woman, essentially. And she raises up out of the floor, floating slightly, and looks you in the eye. And like her mouth doesn't move, but everybody can hear it out loud. The voice just resonates in the very ice. And she says, "Troublesome." Stagg. Oh, you know what? It's her second form. It's time for some more legendary actions.
If Zelda has taught me anything, there's a third one.
No, that couldn't be it. We just have to kill this one. We're good.
That's what you said about the last one.
I'm definitely also
She's
not
just a god, you know.
definitely not
Okay.
peeking at the book.
Yeah, she says, "Troublesome." And then she reaches up to her shoulder and just snaps off an icicle from it. And then she like puts it up in the air and just lets go, like she's hanging like a Christmas ornament, essentially. And this icicle sort of unfolds itself into an ice mephit who floats there. All right,
Take out
Stagg,
the
it's your turn.
ads. Take out the ads. All right. He's still wreathed in flames. He is going to like catch some of the flame out of the air and throw it onto the ground and summon his wildfire spirit next to Auril, the new Auril 2.0.
That's literally what I have on my initiative sheet here.
So she needs to make a dex save, please.
Okay. What is the effect of this?
Fire damage if she fails.
Okay.
I'm just summoning my wildfire spirit, who normally takes the form of Stone Point.
She's going to make this save.
Okay, then she takes no damage. But now the wildfire spirit's standing next to her, and I can use other abilities to make it attack.
And
but I'm also
she is using her legendary resistance for it,
Of
to
course.
clarify.
Yes. I'm also going to cast Rosewind, my healing spirit, catching some more fire and throwing her down next to me. And she is going to immediately give me 2d6 healing. And that is what I'm going to do on my turn.
Damn. Alrighty. So that was Stagg. Now it's Auril's turn. Sorry, I'm looking at a
Yay.
completely different stat block. I looked at these before, but I'm just remembering. Yeah, why not? She's gonna reach up and snap off another icicle, and put it up into the air, and create another ice method. And that will be her turn. The ice methods are going to make themselves annoying.
Hit me.
One is going to use its frost breath, catching. Yeah, I think they'll both use their frost breath. And like one of them's going to catch Stagg and Kuori, and the other's going to catch Lydia and Hart. So I need dexterity saving throws from both of you. Kuori, don't bother. It's cold damage.
22.
I guess
22
you could
makes
say
it?
the cold never bothered me anyway.
Ah, we fucking got there.
Everybody gets to go home. You said it was dexterity. Sorry.
Yes, please. Dexterity saving throw.
19.
That is a 18 for Lydia.
Cool. Everybody makes it. Go ahead and take half of 7 damage, which is going to be 3. And this is cold damage.
Do I take half of half because I'm currently resistant, or
Yeah. If you're like, factor in your resistances.
so it's half of 7, so half of half?
So
2?
1, 2.
So basically 1. You always, I believe you always roll down in D&D.
Yeah.
Lydia, it's your turn with Burning Star on deck.
It is my turn. So Lydia is currently floating 20 feet above her friends and 20 feet away from Auril. You'd think that it being last in the initiative, I would have decided my okay, yeah, is what I'm gonna do. Lydia is how you feeling, Stagg? How you feeling, Troll Stagger?
I'd say on a scale of 1 to 58, I'm at 29. So
Cool.
not great.
Cool.
Actually pretty bad. It's gotta be said.
Lydia will cast Lydia will cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on Stagg. So you just see this silvery glitter start to envelop you, and you get 20 points of healing back.
Hot damn. Thank you.
3rd level, baby. 3rd level.
What a
I
friendly
like
friend.
thirds are dope.
And then I think that Lydia will just try and use her movement to position herself in a way that is farthest from the ice methods, but closest, but still within 30 feet of her friends on the ground. But yeah, I don't have very many bonus actions, so
Okay. Burning Star, it is you with Kuori on deck. Oh, Auril's got her legendary actions again. She's gonna
Does
make
she?
another ice method.
Oh, yay! Love that for us.
It's after her turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll make another one. More friends for the pile. Burning Star, it's you.
Burning Star is going to drop concentration on the Wall of Fire and instead is going to cast a 3rd level Flaming Sphere. But he's going to put it in between, like, right next to Auril and the Mephits, so if he can get all of the Mephits within 5 feet of the sphere.
They're all in about the same area.
Awesome. And then, let me see. So it's an action. As a bonus action, you can move the sphere 30 feet. So he is then going to move it. He's just going to, like, bump it into Auril. So I need her to make another dexterity save. And then I'm going to use Cosmic Omen.
18.
She got a -6 on that as well. So another 12.
Okay. She's going to use her legendary resistance to succeed.
Okay. Oh, come now. The dice had rolled one on top of each other in D&D Beyond, and it was a 4, and it slid off into a 1. So a total of 8 points of fire damage.
Okay. At this point, it does seem like the fire is doing more damage.
Yeah,
It seems her second form is made out of ice. Whereas the first form was made out of owl.
Wouldn't you know?
Funny how nature does that.
Who would have thought?
All right, that was
Indeed.
Burning Star. She's already used all her legendary actions for this turn. Kuori, it is you with Stagg on deck.
Kuori is going to. I'm listening to Black Hole Sun currently, and it's hitting the right spot.
It is.
She is going to she's gonna, if it works, it works. She's gonna cast Chromatic Orb at her again. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thank God. I was really rolling 11 there. No, that's a D10. That's fine. 14 points of fire damage to her as Kuori snaps again, and another burning. I was gonna say burning a small star implodes and then explodes next to her.
Cool. All right. Anything else for you?
No, that is my turn.
All right, Stagg, it's your turn.
All right. Stagg has kind of been dancing with fire this whole time, and he's going to continue doing that as he snags some of the fire around him and just kamehamehas it at Auril and casts Burning Hands at 3rd level on her.
Okay.
So dex save.
All right. She is out of legendary resistance for this form.
For this form.
18.
18 passes, so I'm assuming that's half damage of 18, which is 9.
All right. And her vulnerability brings it back up to 18.
Cool. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to command my fire spirit, my wildfire spirit, to attack her as well. And he acts right after me. But I don't know if you want to have Auril do her legendary resistance first.
She's
She
outie.
doesn't have any legendary actions.
Oh,
this
or,
turn.
okay, cool. Then yeah, they will attack for a 23,
Okay, 23 hits.
and that's 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Auril. I want to say, she has just rivulets of water dripping down her shoulders, where all of these flames have begun to just melt her extremities. Her face has no expression. Like it is just carved of ice. And like I think like the body language is irritation. She's going to point at Kuori. Make me a charisma saving throw. As a gem-sized ice crystal hovers next to you.
I'm real bad at Christmas, I think.
You do get a +1 at least from warding bond.
Cool, that makes it a whole total of +1. Thank you. As in, like, that sounds sarcastic, but no, thank you.
Everything helps. Every point helps.
Not when you roll a natural one.
No.
But it is a total of 2 now. If
Just
that
doubled
makes
it
a
right there.
difference.
You
Ah.
doubled it.
There is an
Doubled it.
ice crystal hovering next to Kuori. And she closes her hand. And as she does so, Kuori is pulled towards the ice crystal and becomes smaller, and then suddenly just shunts into it. You are trapped inside of the ice crystal, and you are stunned.
Not gonna lie, that sounds really bad.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
You know what that looks like? Not my fucking problem.
Yeah.
There's
Burning
also
star.
cold damage involved, but we're not going to worry about that for you on account of your immunity. So that is Auril.
I played oral.
Uno reverse card.
Uno reverse
You
card.
played yourself.
End of her turn, she needs to make a dex save for the flaming sphere.
Oh yeah, she'll move away from it.
Does that take her away from me?
Yes.
Can I attack?
I mean, if you're like, it provokes, so yes.
I would like to. How's a 24 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Primal Savagery, rolling 2d10s gets me a total of 2 acid damage.
Oh, that sucks.
Does Burning Dad does Stone Point get it?
I'm sorry, what?
Stone Point, does he get an attack of opportunity?
Burning Dad?
Burning Dad, yeah.
Burning Dead doesn't have any melee attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. A Burning Dad is just like, it's a sub-genre of the Burning Man Festival where everyone just shows up in New Balance shoes and discuss grilling.
That really got stuck in my craw. Oh god. Okay, the
All hail
You got
Burning
stuck in
Dad.
your what?
craw, you know? Nights in the Courtyard. Like, do I Nights in
There's
the
a
Courtyard.
note for the craw. Yes.
I'll explain craw to you later. The ice mephits do not recharge their ice breath ability, but the third one has not used it yet, and he will use it on Stagg.
Hit me.
Dex check.
Oh, right. That's a 21.
Cool. You make it and take
rolling
half
well.
of 5 cold damage, not fire damage. That'd be funny.
Cool. Cool.
And then the rest of the ice mephits are going to just attack people with their claws like annoying little guys. You know what? Actually, one of them's going to cast Fog Cloud. Poof. The room is filled with fog as it just opens up its wretched little mouth and pours out a fog cloud from it. Everybody's vision is bad now. Hold on, what does Fog Cloud do? God damn
Be
it.
sure it lightly
20-foot
or
radius
obscures the
sphere
area.
of fog, spreads around corners. The area is heavily obscured. Basically, disadvantage on attack rolls. Until you get rid of that motherfucker. So yes, fog. Second one's gonna go and claw at somebody. I'm gonna say Stagg.
Hit me.
14?
No.
No? Okay, well, a guy
Sad.
he did his best. Whoopsie.
My
The ice
fire
methods
shield.
move away from the fire.
Sad.
The ice
Ah.
methods move away from the fire. I think that would mean that the one that attacked you, Stagg, would be provoking.
He
I
already
already
used his
used
I already
reaction.
used my
reaction?
provoke. Yeah.
Yeah, Kuori is a gem. So that means it's Lydia's turn.
But she can repeat the
Certainly
save,
is.
though, at the end of her turn, right?
Yes,
Wait,
but we haven't
plus
gotten to
one.
her
Oh,
turn.
okay.
yet.
Haven't
Never
gotten to
That's not
her
your
turn
turn
yet.
yet.
Never mind.
Where could you describe to me what is, because the fog cloud is 20 feet in diameter, or 20 feet.
Yes. So
sphere.
you are floating above them, and you just see like a fog cloud begin to spread and cover the battlefield.
Is there any target that I have visible currently, or are they all obscured in the fog cloud?
Oh, they're all within that 20-foot radius, baby.
Dispel magic.
Well played.
That's my whole turn. That's it. That's all I get because it's an action.
You cast Dispel Magic, and that fog all
At
begins
third
to
level.
like return back to from whence it came, and like it all just goes right back into that Mephit's mouth, and then it like has like these big cheeks, and then like swallows and looks really confused.
Oh, baby, the chipmunk cheeks.
All right, Lydia, that was you.
Yep. It's a whole ding dang turn.
Auril. What now, Auril? Well,
Wait,
first of all, let's try and
Didn't Oral
recharge.
just go?
Legendary?
She needs to do her legendary action.
She gets her
Sorry.
legendary actions back on her
Yes.
turn.
Yeah,
Right, but
so-
I did just try to take a turn.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Thank you for keeping me honest. As her legendary action,
Oh, I don't like that.
okay. The Mephits have displeased her. She's going to use her splinter action.
I'm liking the sound of this.
I'm not.
Yeah. She's going to explode that ice method. I need Stagg and Burning Star to make me dexterity saving throws.
Trying his best.
10.
Cool.
15.
You're both going to take 10 piercing damage
Oof.
as icicles pierce your flesh from that exploded ice method. I guess I'm getting rid of him. Get fucked, idiot. I'm talking to the method. Sorry.
Well, that's unfortunate. Even though I have advantage on concentration checks, I lose Rosewind.
You didn't even get to use that.
I used her twice.
Okay. Well, so that was Lydia. That was the legendary action. Time for Burning Star.
Okay. Burning Star is going to use his 3rd level spell slot, Dispel Magic on the Ice Crystal. That's keeping Kuori in.
Tell me what Dispel Magic does.
Dispel Magic. Choose any one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Now, Ice Stasis is not a spell.
Never mind then. Because it is, well, it's a magical effect.
Yes.
That would count. So if it is not a spell, it does not have a spell level.
Yes. It did say any magical effect does end, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm willing to allow that. Because it says right here, Auril magically creates a gemstone. So I think that would do it.
Yeah.
What does it look like when Burning Star undoes what Auril has done?
So there is like this method just exploded by Burning Star. They have like shrapnel in them from this method, but they are like just focusing on Auril. like just looking at Auril directly, and there is just a hand wave in a dismissive manner, where this small bead of, if Auril's ice is blue, then it's a small bead of red. Like it is just like the opposite color that seems to wash over the ice, and then there is just a quick fracturing sound as it dissipates. And then Auril's still within 30 feet, so then moving the flaming sphere to just ram it into Auril, so she needs to make me a dexterity save.
Okay. 7.
Okay, 7 is going to fail, so then she is going to take... Ooh, almost max. 16 points of fire damage.
Okay. Give me a moment. I thought so. So Auril has just like callously destroyed one of her servants. And I want to say that Burning Star points at the gemstone that Kuori is trapped in, releases her. And Auril looks at you like, that's not supposed to happen. And then, like, as she's looking at you, there is a moment of realization and recognition in her face. This unmoving face suddenly shows emotion for the first time. And as she does so, that flaming sphere just goes completely through her. And she falls in half on the floor.
Burning Star just begins, like, approaching the spot where she has fallen. That's it for him. That was action, bonus action, move.
Okay.
Stagg doesn't think it's done yet. Stagg is ready.
And
Why is the music changed?
Stagg
then
would be right.
Death
I
metal
guess
starts
those
flowing.
methods are still around. The methods kind of chuckle to themselves. And a light appears where Auril's body has fallen. And one of those shards of ice like snaps to a point like I'll say about 60 feet away, and there is a bright light coming from within. As it does so, you feel the temperature in the room drop starkly. That was Burning Star. I guess it's time for a legendary action. Oh, interesting. It flares with a blue light. Just a bright, gleaming light flashes. I'm gonna say Lydia. You're the one that's closest to her at this point. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
hold on. I have a thingy for wisdom saving throws. Hold on. I have advantage on wisdom saving throws against magic. Would this count?
Yes, it is magic.
All right, baby. If it had to be anything, I'm glad it's wisdom. Got a +7. Natural 20 for 27.
Ah, nice. All right. Okay.
Be gone, nice bitch.
Like it is literally like a flashbang. Like for a moment afterwards, you're kind of blinking and like seeing the world in like, you know, like those opposite like colors, the way that you do when like something flashes against your eyes. And for a moment, all you can see is just darkness and these swirling stars. And then your vision begins to fade back in. This happens over the course of seconds. Yes, so that was Burning Star's turn. Kuori, it is you. You have just been returned, and you watched Burning Star murder Auril again. Stagg is on deck. Satan.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at a few things.
It's okay.
And I forgot I was muted. Bleep, bleep, bleep. You know what? She is going to lash out. I feel like she's going to fall onto the cold ground, and when her head tilts up to look at Auril, and after she, even throughout the whole dying and reforming, there's just this look of pure anger and rage that even people like Lydia haven't seen on her face before. And she stalks her way to Auril and slashes at her twice again with her sword. That is.
She is 60 feet away.
Oh, that is true. Has spells. She's gonna stalk 30 feet to Auril.
Okay.
And she's gonna cast maybe it's been working. She's gonna cast Chromatic Orb again.
Okay.
16.
16 will not hit. It glances off of this crystalline shard.
She just gets more angry, and that's her turn.
Okay. That is Kuori. She has used only 2 of her legendary actions, so I guess she'll go ahead and use one of them. Yeah, okay. Burning Star, you're getting an attack. 19 to hit.
That'll do her.
16 cold damage.
Okay.
As a polar ray charges and releases just like a literal like laser bolt, like a blue line connects the two of you for a moment, and it is so cold it burns. All right, that was Kuori's turn. Stagg, it's you with Auril on deck.
Cool. So Auril is now like a crystalline glowy thingy. And how many ice methods are left?
There are 2.
All right. I'm going to bonus action have my Wildfire Spirit attack one of them, and then cast Scorching Ray, 2 targeting her, 1 targeting one of the other ice method.
Okay.
So that's a 25 for her, a 12 to hit her, and a 9 to hit the ice method. So.
Okay. The 25 will hit, and then the other 2 attacks do not hit her or the ice method.
Cool. 12 fire damage on her. And then for the other ice method, my Wildfire Spirit gets a nat 20. Way to go, bud.
Nice.
That's 10 fire damage.
All right. That ice method is going down. However, it is going to explode upon its death. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
For me?
Yes, please.
Sure thing. That's another nat 20. So 23. Where'd it go, D&D Beyond?
All
You're
right.
rolling well for me.
Take half of 7 slashing damage.
Oof, owie.
All right, so there goes one of those guys. Okay, anything else for you, Stagg?
I think he's still going to try and get up into business of the Frostmaiden.
Did you
So-
roll your Scorching Rays for Auril?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
only one of them hit Auril.
Got you.
So you move 30 feet towards Auril? Oh,
Yep.
wait, no, you're a wood elf. 35.
Yes, that is exactly correct.
Yay, wood
That-
elves!
those are true statements. Anyway, 35 feet towards her. I'm coming.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
All right, so that's
Already
Stagg.
coming.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
That's Stagg.
Stag.
On Auril's turn, the wind begins to pick up, snow begins to fall, fog fills the room, and she creates a blizzard about herself in a 30-foot radius sphere. The area within the sphere is heavily obscured. It moves with her. Yeah, that's it. The area around her is heavily obscured. So that's Auril. The ice mephit is, I guess, gonna go after Burning Star. He's the only one that's still hanging around. 21 to hit.
That'll do her.
Okay, that's 5 slashing damage and 3 cold.
Okay.
And it's going to just park itself next to you and harry you. Just...
Little jerk.
All right, that's the ice mephit. Lydia, it's your turn.
How we feeling out there?
I am not feeling good.
Feeling great.
I'm having a time.
No, I am feeling good. This is great.
Lydia would like to survey her friends and see which one is bleeding the most.
I'm actually good.
action.
I've only taken 3 points of damage.
I already warding bonded you. I got you. I got you, boo boo. But how bad you bleeding there, Troll Stagger?
I mean, Troll Stagger's bleeding pretty good, but your last healing almost got him up to max, so he's fine. I don't know, Hart.
He's not looking super great, but I wouldn't worry about it.
Stop trying to die.
I'm
Kill
not.
your friend.
I am not trying to die on this one. I'm just letting you know it'll be fine.
You audience members at home will notice that when Lydia is surveying who is bleeding the most, she does not look at Burning Star. But
Nice. All right.
Hey, last time Burning Star dropped to 0, Hart came back, so like that's a win.
I'm sure that's what will happen
that's
again.
where Lydia's head is at right now. But
Yeah, I could take some healing if you want.
The only target is the ice mephit next to Burning Star, correct?
Yeah.
Everything else is obscured by
Auril's heavily
Blizzard?
obscured, but
Yes.
yeah.
30 feet around Auril is a heavily obscured blizzard.
Lydia will fly down to Stagg and just sort of say, be careful in there. I've already lost enough family. And she's going to cast Death Ward at 4th level.
Oh God, what is that? Tell me more.
Fuck yes.
So Death Ward means that, let me bring it up here, and it's, for some reason, it's not concentration, because I've been sitting
it's
here.
Badass.
I've been sitting here going, I can't do that. It's concentration, and I'll lose warding bond with Kuori. So you are protected from death. The first time that you would drop to 0 hit points, instead you drop to 1 hit point, and the spell ends. If the spell is still in effect when the target is subjected to an effect that would kill it instantaneously, the effect is negated.
Cool. I cannot die.
Correct. That is my 4th level.
I'm going
spell.
in.
Well, once at least.
I'm going in.
So, and then Lydia will fly she will hover just above the affected area of the blizzard.
At the end of Lydia's turn, a beam of light comes blasting out of the blizzard. Burning Star. 21 to hit.
Oh, does it?
12 cold damage.
Okay.
Burning Star, it's your turn.
Burning Star is going to so it's just heavily obscured inside of the thingy?
Yep.
Okay.
Basically disadvantage.
Just moving his flaming sphere directly in, ram it into the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, it needs to make a dex save.
Cool. 19.
That is a success, so it takes half of 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then he'll provoke
From the method. Okay.
And he's gonna move like 10 feet back.
Okay.
15 feet back from where the method is.
Cool.
So the method can make an attack against him.
Sure. The method got a natural 20. 7 slashing damage and 7 cold damage.
Okay. There is a sound like wood blocks clapping. As the Yeti hair that was tied onto Hart's antlers begins to come off and wraps around him, I am going to finally use my blessing that the Chewinga gave me.
Oh.
Which is if I would take cold damage, instead I gain that much health instead.
Oh my god.
So
I had already forgotten about that.
Yeah.
That's badass.
So yeah, I am alive only because of my Chewinga friend right now.
Nice. Love it.
And then now that I am back, I'm going to do a first level magic missile towards the method. Boop. So the method is then going to take 12 points of force damage.
Method dies. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Even though I was 15 feet away from it.
Oh, you moved 15 feet away.
Yes.
Never mind. Ah, that's how you were moving.
Yes.
Makes sense. All right. Ice shards go everywhere. You are out of range.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
No. Well, I think he would like take a couple steps back. Again, like move the rest of his 15 towards where his found family is, whether or not they consider him family or not.
Nice. All right. At the end of Burning Star's turn, another beam of light is going to come out, and this one is for Stagg.
Yay!
19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
22 cold damage.
Cool. I'm going to absorb elements on that,
Not a bad idea.
which halves it, right?
Yeah.
And then for my next melee attack, it would do cold damage.
Yep.
Cool.
That's definitely going to help you.
Yeah.
And
So does
nothing else for
22
burning
halved twice?
is a lot less. Kuori, it is your turn. Can't hear you.
Kuori is going to stalk into that.
She just walks directly
Yeah,
into
just
the blizzard.
directly into the blizzard.
Wait for me.
And she's going to walk forward until she reaches Auril and kind of try to put herself between Auril and her family. It's strange because like I like to think that you can't see a lot of her, but you see the glint coming off her newly icicle eyes. Which matches the glint of her sword as she comes in with 2 slashes. Is it at disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Let me. What am I hitting? What am I hitting? A D8 because I'm using one hand. That's 8. 8 plus 5. That's 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 19.
19 hits.
And that's another 11 points of slashing.
Okay.
And they're all magical because my longsword is a +2.
All right. Anything else for you?
Nope. She's just putting herself between Auril and her family.
Okay. At the end of Kuori's turn, another polar ray is going to blast forth. This one's for Lydia, I guess. 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, I think.
17 cold damage.
Chihuahua. 17 cold damage.
Yep. Stagg, it's your turn.
Cool. I'm going to have the wildfire spirit come running up, and Stagg is going to jump on, and they're going to start running towards the riding into the eye of the hurricane.
That's badass. Okay.
Meanwhile, he is going to cast Summon Fae. And it summons a small Fae spirit. I want to say it looks like an eagle or some woodland bird of prey. And it's going to be fuming. So it's going to lead the charge and Fae step at Auril, giving it advantage on its attack against it.
Okay.
And then as they enter into the storm, Stagg and Stone Point are also going to teleport up to her.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay.
So sorry to interrupt. I will wait until after you resolve this. Sorry.
It is okay.
We are over time,
Yeah.
so we need to wrap this up.
That's a 21 to hit with the Fae Spirit.
Okay, that hits.
So it is going to do. Sorry. Let's see. That's 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus another d6. So 6 piercing, 6 force damage. And as I teleport next to it, I need it to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. $18.
That passes, so no fire damage.
Okay.
That is Stagg's turn. He's up upon her in the blizzard.
Okay.
Now I will politely interject just momentarily, if you don't mind, because I reread my armor. I thought that it was a melee attack, but no, it's just if a creature attacks you within 60 feet. So you see the boulette armor that Lydia has been wearing for the first time when it gets hit with that polar beam. You see it shine back, and I need Auril to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dirty 20.
That passes, so they'll take half damage. But just 1 second here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. 1. So 13 points of radiant damage halved to 6.
Okay. Anything else for you guys? That was Stack's
That was
turn?
my turn. Yep.
Okay. It is Auril's turn. She's going to use Polar Ray twice. What is Burning Star doing as he moves towards his family?
So Burning Star has just been like locked eyes on Auril, was like positioning himself towards the back to give himself space. But there is always a sense that he has a clear look in the direction of the center of this blizzard. Like he's making sure that like there's nothing in between him and this thing.
Burning Star gets an emotional message, and it's when I say emotional, I mean like it resonates on a frequency that he's familiar with, and it's basically stay back.
Okay. Great.
15 to hit you?
15 would hit Cosmic Omen. It's -6 to their attack. That's my last one.
Okay. So -6 brings it down to a 9, but the next
Yes.
attack is a natural 20 for a 33.
Cool. Was that also towards me or towards like someone
That's
else?
also towards you.
Dope. Awesome. Super swell.
So that's going to be 27 cold damage.
All right. I was at 6.
Goodbye.
Stay frosty, my friends.
What happens? What does Lydia see from flying above this? I'm 30 feet above Burning Star at the moment.
What does she see?
Does the polar ray like freeze him in place?
No.
No?
It's just blasting directly through him. It's lasers, bruh.
Yeah, so it is like a straight blast through like the body of Burning Star. And then like the cosmic form, like you always see like the swirling lights on the inside, but they just seem to slow down and then begin to steadily fade as the body just like falls backwards with like smoldering, like I would say smoldering, but it's like icy hole. And like that like meteor flame is just like dwindling out.
Okay. Lydia, it's your turn.
But Hart doesn't come back out?
You don't see him now.
Cleric, it is your turn.
Lydia flies down. I fly down to Burning Star's body. And I have one more. I don't have one more because I used to Dispel Magic. Never mind. Lydia will reach down and grab Burning Star's hand, casting Cure Wounds at 2nd level, and will just say, I didn't mean to make you feel like you weren't family. And you heal back up for 14 hit points.
Hell yeah. And the stars begin to shine brighter again.
And that's Lydia's whole turn.
All right. At the end of Lydia's turn, a polar ray is going to blast out at Kuori.
Sorry, I
just out of curiosity, does a dirty 20 hit you? Can't hear you.
Yes.
All right. You don't take 16 cold damage.
I really wanted Lydia to fly down and heal him for 14, and then
I mean,
Auril just like, no.
That's a different show. Tune in Mondays to see a DM who does that kind of bullshit.
Just fucking like.
It would have been at disadvantage because he's on the ground, but still.
I think we can
would have
Knights in
done
the
it.
Courtyard for that, but we need to actually finish this fight for there to be a Knights in the Courtyard. So let's keep going.
Sorry.
All right, that was Lydia's turn. Burning Star, you're back up again.
Okay.
Back up again at the Krispy Kreme.
Boy howdy, am I. God.
My brain said Krispy Kreme was an ice cream place, but that's not right.
No, it's a donut shop, and now I really want one.
No!
So Burning Star is going to stand back up, and when they do, he's going to use the second starry form to turn into Chalice. And then in Chalice form, he is going to, like, as he's standing up, he puts his hand over this, like, gaping hole. Like, you can see through it, I want to say. Like, there is, like, very visibly, like, a chunk missing from the boy. But he is going to cast Cure Wounds, also at 2nd level. And the hole just begins to close as he does. So, I am going to heal self for... Oh, God. For 16... Then Chalice form, so 16, 24, for a total of 27.
Damn. Okay.
That's it. That was my action and bonus action, because my flaming orb is gone.
All right, at the end of Burning Star's turn, Stagg's going to take some attack. 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. Kuori.
she's going to move her hand over to, is it like this crystal that's glowing?
Yes.
And
It is small.
okay. She's going to reach over and cast. Would it, if I'm touching it, would it be at disadvantage still because of the blizzard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. This is 13 hit.
13 does not hit. Anything else for you, Kuori?
No. She just, I guess, as close as she can to the crystal.
Okay. Stagg.
Awesome. Hey, guess what I remembered? That when I have my Wildfire Spirit out, I do an extra D8 damage on my fire attacks. So I forgot to factor all those in.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, speaking of which, I'm going to use a fire attack, Burning Hand, 2nd level on her.
Jesus. Okay.
Dex save, please.
Okay. She got a 5.
Okay. So that's 15.
She's going to use her last legendary resistance. She only gets 1 in this form.
22 fire damage, so half would be 11.
Okay.
Bonus action, have my my spirit attack him, and also my Fey spirit is going to attack her. So
Kuori,
let me just.
when these spirits are attacking her, you can see that like their faces have burned away and there are just charred skulls inside. And there are flames licking off of their bodies. Whatever these are, they don't look like Stagg's family.
18 to hit for my wildfire spirit.
18 will not hit.
All right, and the Fey, the other spirit got like a 10 to hit.
Bookie.
All at disadvantage, obviously, because we're fighting the storm. Let's go.
Anything else for you?
No, that was a lot of attacks. I'm done.
All right. I don't know. Is this Fey creature targetable? What all is targetable on your team, Stagg?
All of my summons are targetable.
Oh, well.
They have hit points and everything.
Okay. Good to know. Stagg's getting 1. 26 to hit.
Sure does.
Dirty 20. Well, I mean, like, it's damage. 20 cold damage.
20 cold damage. And then it's going to take some damage from my fire shield.
Ah.
So that's 12 fire damage.
All right. And then the second attack is going to be a 16 against Burning Star.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. That's going to be 18 cold damage.
Okay.
All right. That's Auril. Lydia, it's your turn.
Guys, I'm running out of juice here.
Never give up.
Fucking I want to say that you feel a squirming in your muff, and the weasel pulls out the gun and like pushes it towards you.
Show me what you have.
I've been too busy healing. This is an action to use, good sir, but thank you.
Confused weasel noises.
Okay, Lydia is going to look down at Burning Star and hear Troll Stagger yell, "Never give up," from inside the blizzard, and she's going to fly 25 feet into the blizzard, use her bonus action to summon Spiritual Weapon at 2nd level, which can then attack at disadvantage against Auril. Which I don't think a 14 is going to hit.
It will not.
But spiritual weapon is there nonetheless, and then she's going to take aim and fire from her gun. I gotta look what my gun is. What is my gun plus? Oh, I only get +1 to the hit. All right, Laura Bailey.
+1, man.
Bless me, Laura Bailey, please.
Oh, bless.
No. Natural 20. So this is 21. This is 21 with my gun hit.
Yes, it does. It's a natural 20. It hits. It's an attack.
So I doubled the dice, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you do. Oh my god.
Shoot, God.
Fuck, I forgot how much this
God.
gun does.
Shoot, God.
Gun.
Dethrone. This is the end of Persona. You gotta shoot God with your pistol. Do it.
Dethrone God. Dethrone God.
Holy fuck. Okay, 6 plus 5 plus 1
That's 12.
is 12. Do you want me to just roll 3 more dice or
Yeah.
double it? Okay,
Yeah, roll 3 more dice.
12. Plus 4 is 16. Plus 4 is 20.
Yeah.
Plus 3, 23 points of radiant damage.
It's pretty darn good. Hart. You're pretty sure things aren't going so great. It's been dark for a while now, and you can hear distantly the sound of combat. And you're just sitting there waiting. It's been too long. When you hear a voice say, "Stay away."
Okay. Hart is, as much as a voice saying stay away usually means to not approach the thing, in his mind, the dreams usually are like audio cue, follow that, and then he'll find what he's not supposed to stay away from. So he's going to follow it. He's going to go towards the voice.
Yeah, he hears that voice and he like looks around, kind of confused. And like you walk through the darkness in that direction where the voice came from, and as you do so, you can hear your friends as though they're standing right next to you, though you can't see them. And their voices are muffled and sort of echoing. You approach what appears to be a pinpoint of blue light. And when you get closer, you hear again, realizing that it's not in your ears, it's in your bones. Stay away. It is coming from the light.
Does this light, like, is it stay away, like, threatening, or is it, like, almost like an embarrassed kind of thing? Like, they don't want to be near other people?
Yeah, it's shame.
I think Hart is going to go up to it, and he's going to wrap his arms around it, and he says, it's okay. It's okay.
We see Hart now wrap his arms around this point of light. And there is a moment where you see the comet begin to form over his eye. And it's just Burning Star holding on to this pinprick of light.
He embraces it.
We snap back to reality as a fucking pistol shoots a god and shatters it to pieces.
I killed God with my gun? Do you know what this is going to do for my little gnome
I have a question, Steven. Is Hart back?
Yeah, with the shattering sound, I think, like, Burning Star ends.
Okay. I think that's as good a place as any for us to leave off. We'll clean things up next time. But I would like to have a little bit of Nights in the Courtyard tonight.
Wahahaha. So, you heard it here first, folks. We are going to be going into our after show after all of this is done. But before that even gets to be part of the outro, Wings, thank you so much for running this absolutely incredible game of Dungeon and or Dragon. I know that we went on a little bit longer because of combat, but hey.
I fucking love this game.
It was worth it.
I enjoyed every moment of it. It's just so late.
Yes. So, with that, Wings, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi everybody, I'm Wings. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com because that is my name, Danae Keener, not the .com part. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can also find me at Danae Keener on Twitter. I've got a pinned tweet there that says all of the streaming stuff that I'm involved in, so you can go there and check it out and see everything that I'm DanaeKeener.com.
Thank you, Miss.com, for that information. Hi, everyone. My name is Satan. You can find me on Twitter at AlysaVamp with 2 Ps. You can usually find me here on Sunday nights, but we're going to be on a 2-week cliffhanger because, hey. And usually you can find me in a bunch of other games throughout the week. But if you want to see me again, we'll be here Thursday night playing Monster Noir. If life lets us have a break to play it. Usually you could find me over at Plot Hunters at 8 p.m. over at Plot Hunters on Twitch, or on the Hype Goblins channel Sunday mornings, but I'm not going to be there. But they will be playing some awesome games Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So make sure to tune those out. I will be taking a break because I'm dealing with moving and renovations and stuff. But yeah, love you guys. Attack and dethrone God. With a gun.
Oh, hi, everybody. It's me, LizMac, or LizMacD22 on Twitter. You can catch me here usually every Sunday night, at least. Not next Sunday, but at least for a tiny amount more Sundays afterwards. I am also lucky enough to be the community manager of Cover Place Studio. Our game Operation Tango is out now on Steam, on PlayStation, on Xbox, and now on Epic Games too. And if you want to catch up with any of that fun stuff, I have a link tree in the chat where you can find me. It's linktree/liz.mac, and I can't wait to see you guys again in 2 weeks.
I suppose I should chime in. Hi, my name's Tyler at Frothy Inferno on the internet, or Tyler Crumpton at DanaeKeener.com. You can find me there. Otherwise, I sometimes show up on streams as a guest, and it's very nice to be here. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as on Sundays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Except this week, real life is keeping us down a little bit. So we actually don't have a game tomorrow on Monday. We don't have a game this Thursday. And we actually don't have a game on next Sunday. However, I have it on good authority that while Nexus Adventures is going to be on hiatus, I will actually be in a game that our dear friend Jen is going to be running next Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
You beautiful, beautiful man.
Boy.
This is the second time you do this to yourself.
Last time it was like 6 a.m. 7's bearable, but you should still check it out. It's a great time. It's going to be on the Hype Goblins channel. Big fan. Love supporting Sarah. She's great. Go check them out. But if you like this show, we're on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com/Indoor Adventures. We also have all of our shows uploaded as audio casts wherever audio casts are made available for free. But for now, we are going to be heading into that after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us there. You can find the link to that Patreon in the chat to this side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. And with that, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop by. Thank you to Danae for running this game, and thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye!
Bye.